he has an OPS over 650, Brian buys Dez Perry's. Handshake. There we go.
Yeah.
That's a tough bet, Dez.
That's a tough bet, dude. You gave me terrible odds, dude. That was terrible odds.
Hey, he could have a hot. All it takes is a hot month.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Beyond the Diamond podcast here on the Apollo Podcast Network. Brian Lima, Apollo Dez, and producer Josh on camera today, or we're a little bit remote. A little throwback to the good old days, 2021. Here we are. 2025 season has officially started. The Astros take 2 out of 3 from the Mets. Boys, you guys were at Dyken Park. I was going to call it the Juice Box, Minute Maid Park, whatever you want to call it. And glad to see the Astros take 2 out of 3. Farmer pitched well. Hunter Brown pitched well. Spencer Getty pitched well. But they take 2 out of 3. Either way, boys, it is a season-opening series win.
Yes, sir.
Starting pitching slaps. Like, legitimately, we've talked about it. I was kind of Stockholm syndrome, but they showed out. At least 1, 2, 3 did. Framber did Framber things. Hunter looked good. He kind of grinded through it. Wasn't so Hunter-esque, but and then Spencer just on a national television, let your nuts hang and just go out and dominate. One hit against and I know we'll dive into it. There's a lot of people upset about the Astros offense. We're not putting up runs. We're not using torpedo bats. We're not doing all these things. You just took 2 or 3 from a team that was an NLCS and paid $750 million to the best hitter since Barry Bonds. You take it, especially after last year. Yeah. Especially after going 0-4 against the Yankees last year and then being in this shitstorm you were in. You take it. 2 and 3, you move on. You go after San Francisco this week, and then just keep stacking series wins. That's how you get into October.
Yeah, you see, kind of some struggles that we saw a lot last year, runners in scoring position a little bit. But there's a lot of bright spots, man. Jose Altuve was just fine in left field. Cam Smith made his big league debut, had a hit in his first at-bat, little don't do too much, smack a ball to right field. Had some, decent at-bats for the most part. Jake Myers got a couple of hits. Holy shit. Hold the phone, boys. Hold the phone. He still doesn't have a helmet that fits. That's fine, though. Christian Walker barreled up 7 balls. He only has 1 hit. We'll get into that later on. But look, at the end of the day, Dez, just like you said, you take series wins as long. It doesn't matter if it's ugly or not. You got a series win to start off the season. That's all you can ask for.
100%. I think the biggest thing, and we talked about it on the show, and Joe has talked about it, and Cintron's talking about it, and pretty much everyone, the approach last year was piss poor. And there needed to be adjustments made. And I think we said, we would like to know what that was last year. And obviously they're going to give trade secrets away. But 3 games in, the approaches were strong. Paredes is as advertised in the sense of that dude is going to make you work. Like, that guy averaged, it felt like 30 pitches every at-bat. Great to see in front of Jordan. Especially with let's Altuve be free swinger. He can take pitches. Let's Jordan get data. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. But just great at bats and I think game 1 we talked about it. That to make Clay Holmes not even see the 5th inning was huge. To grind it out in the sense of hey, you may get us for a few punches, fine. You may get us for a run or 2, okay, whatever. But we're going to make you work and earn every single pitch you throw against us. And when you look back at the golden age of the Astros, those teams were the best teams and I think Brantley was kind of the catalyst of that in the 2-hole. And is that Paredes? I'm not saying Paredes is going to be Michael Brantley, but a guy that can work the zone, extend counts, get it to the next guy, and put more pressure in high leverage spots for the pitchers. Because it just felt like last year was just so much a no-name kid in the 6th inning on 65 pitches and no hits or a couple hits and no runs, and just it felt time and time again, and it never got there. And there are some points that we stranded bases loaded, we didn't execute a few times. Yeah, that's going to happen, but the approach was better. And when the approach is there, that's going to carry over 162. And that's just what I'm going to be looking at throughout the first month and month and a half and see if that approach sticks. Because it's very easy to do it right off the jump, and then you get 5 weeks in and it goes back to what you were doing the last 4 years. So early on, I'm pumped about the approach that they're taking.
Yeah, last year they said that the Astros were 26th, I believe, in pitches per at bat in the league. And then you go get Paredes, who was number 1, and I think they said Walker was in the top 10 as well, pitches per at bat. I mean, that's a philosophy. Like I can't believe I didn't really notice that when they made those moves and nobody was talking about that.
Yeah,
that's clearly what they're looking for. They're looking for guys that can come in and change the approach completely, and you already see it kind of paying off. There's, like you said, there's other things that need to work on executing and bases loaded, all that. But I think the process is there.
Yeah. So I think it's a big thing to build off of after just look again, it's just 3 games, but we talk about approach a lot in baseball. You have your approach, and if you stay with your approach as a team and as a hitter, the execution will eventually come. Or if it doesn't, well, then you're just not swinging it well enough to execute, which we saw all last year where they could not execute with runners in scoring position. And one of the big things that we heard coming into this season from Joe Espada was he wanted his hitters to work more counts. So I looked up the walks in 3 games, 13 walks in 3 games for the Astros, 5 in game 1, 4 in game 2, and 4 in game 3. So
consistent.
That's 13 walks, right? And you saw last year approaches that really didn't work counts as much. Even take, for instance, I know Alex Bregman is now a Boston Red Sox, but last year he had one of his lowest walk totals in his whole career. And that went all the way through the lineup with some of these other guys. So early, small sample size, if they continue with this approach, you're going to have more guys on base. Then it comes down to execution. So one thing with runners in scoring position, again, like this sounds so elementary, but just get your job done. Just get your job done. If you got to hit a ball to the other way, just hit a ball to the other way. I know the Mets against either Brian Abreu or Josh Hader last night, both those innings led off with walks.
Yeah.
It's Brian Abreu. They led off with walk. It was in the 8th. He walked the guy. Then they brought in Acuna to run. And I said in our group text, I said, he's going to swipe second. It was all like 2 or 3. He swiped second. The guy at the plate for the Mets is a lefty. Bro, all you got to do is pull the ball to the right side. He strikes out. It shoots the momentum down. Brian Abreu grinds through it, gets out of it, and then Josh Hader comes in for the close. Little shit like that, man, but it all goes back into the approach. If this is going to be the approach that they're going to continue to take and they stick with it all season long across 162, you're going to hit your lulls. You're going to go cold. But if you can stay with this approach, it's different from what we've seen from Astros teams, but I like it.
Well, also, let's shout out to Miller Murph. The pitchers pitched their dicks off this week. Like, legitimately, whoever was called on executed. And yeah, there were some walks. Yeah, there was some stressful stuff, but the starters did their thing. And the middle innings, right? The middle innings. We talked about it all offseason. Well, who was going to step up? Who's going to bridge it to your big 2? Shit. King, Oker, anyone who was called on was legitimately coming in. Legitimately filling up the zone, and that's all you want to see. I don't want I know the Abreu and Hader stuff. We could dive in if we want to. I think they'll be just fine. The walks are a problem for sure. But the other guys, right? The guys that are fighting for that 7th spot, fighting for the 6th, fighting for the high leverage spot. What do? You fill the zone, you attack the hitters, and that's, like I said, that's an NLCS Mets team that's going to be competing with the Padres, with the Dodgers, with the Braves, with the Phillies. They're going to be there at the end. So to get their feet wet in that moment and in a palpable crowd, I just, all in all, in a solid A weekend, I think, for the local 9.
Speaking of the crowd, how was it on opening day, boys? You guys were there.
Palpable.
It was
legitimately like a playoff atmosphere. Everyone was engaged. Everyone was locked in. I think it was the first time in a long time that it wasn't a reunion of sorts for friends and family and people in the stands. It was like, hey, we're fucking here to watch these guys play. And a lot of new faces, a lot of new names. And they were engaged from the first pitch to the last out. And I tipped the cap on Friday on the live show, and I'll tip the cap now. It was a great atmosphere all the way through the weekend.
Yeah. People were there to watch ball and pay attention to what was going on. They knew the storylines. Cam Smith came up. Everybody was immediately going out. When Cam first went out to right field in the top of the first, he was tipping his cap, and that whole, it was a moment. It wasn't.
Altuve got a standing O.
Yeah. We talked about we talked about this on the pod Friday, but like basically it's like spicing up an old relationship type of thing. Like the crowd, everybody, it all feels fresh with having these new guys, having what feels like like we talked about approach. It feels like it's just a whole different team from last year and a whole different vibe.
Also think this is, you can use this for a clip, Josh, but this is a PSA for all the fans that travel to away games. I think the Astros fan base travels very, 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 very well. Let me just start with that. I do think with Altuve in left field, and we joked about the Altuve wall, if you're not buying seats behind home or behind the dugout, buy seats down the left field wall and protect the kid. Protect Altuve out there, because it's different, right? Like when you're at home, you're getting standing ovations. That's cool. It's a great moment. He talked about it. Chandler had a great piece. It's going to be a little dicey when all these people online, all these trolls, all these people that are just itching and clawing to get to Altuve, and nothing phases him. But you're a little less insulated when you're out in left field standing around out there, right? There's going to be people chirping. There's going to be those drunk guys. There's going to be all those type of shit going on. So go protect 27. Get out there. If you don't want to spend money to be behind the dugout, go to left field. Buy those tickets up and down the rail.
Buy the ones up and down the rail all the way around, so we can get the Altuve Secret Service out there. That's
just a little idea. I mean, because me and Brian been lucky. We've traveled to away Astro games before, and they show out. People show out for the Astros ever since the alleged thing happened. So, just go protect the GOAT.
Hey, you think you talked about alleged things? You think these torpedo bats are going to be like league wide, or is that just a New York Yankees thing?
Well, Ryan Jeffers for the Twins was using it today.
Okay. I hope it's league wide. I hope some of the I mean, like, hey, if it's part of it, do it. Like once everyone does it, they're gonna take it away. So might as well everyone jump on it now while you can. So
I think it's player to player, depending on like certain players hit the ball in certain parts of the bat a little bit more, like with all this analytics research. Because Judge, I think, used it the first game, but then didn't use it today or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You can't convince me otherwise that they don't. When Aaron Judge steps to the plate, I'm convinced that those Goldilocks balls are thrown in play. You can't convince me otherwise. I'm not a conspiracy theorist guy.
I mean, at this pace, he's hitting 70.
He's really good, dude. He is really good.
Isn't it crazy, though, to think from just a baseball perspective, like, let's just be a fan of baseball. Aaron Judge in the regular season, he's going to go down as one of the greatest regular season hitters of all time. But my God, he is absolutely positively one of the worst when the clock strikes midnight and it becomes October. He is so bad in October, and it's wild to me.
And I agree. Like as a baseball junkie, to watch him just, I mean, the short porch, all that, dude, he's hitting it like 10 rows deep, whatever.
Yeah.
Like he's really, really good at this baseball thing. But it's crazy. He turns into worse than Martin Maldonado in the playoffs, like legitimately worse. What's that meme? The turn off the lights. Turn off the lights. Literally that. Like,
yeah.
And until you win, until you do that, like it's crazy. And but the torpedo bats, shoot, give some of the boys some of that. Maybe give Christian Walker that, because that guy can't buy a hit right now because he's hitting it 110 miles an hour and just finding gloves, and it's crazy. Yeah, because I think what you said, he was 1 for 15.
Yeah, he's got one hit. So going into game 3,
1 for 12.
Going into game 3, 6 of his hits were over 100 miles an hour, with most of them being between 102 and like 111, and only one of them found its way for a base hit. That's how brutal this game is. You can barrel up every single thing and go 0 for 15. That's just what Christian Walker's running into. Now there's some big time swings on some sliders away, kind of like what we've seen from Jeremy Pena. So I think that's going to get worked out. But the way that he's barreled up a lot of these balls, like, what else can you ask for? And again, he missed like half a spring training with the oblique injury. So you got to take that into an equation. But dude, it's take the offense away. Knowing that you have a 3 straight years of Gold Glove over at first base is a really good thing. And I think he's a good enough hitter that he'll figure that out. He's not. I saw somebody, dude. And
say it. No, say it. Speak your truth. Speak your truth. Speak your truth.
No, this is something. I'll get into that in a second. But like, I saw somebody bring him up in the same sentence with Jose Abreu. Like Christian Walker is not Jose Abreu. Christian Walker is night and day better than Jose Abreu, and that's no disrespect because Jose Abreu was an MVP at some point, but Jose Abreu's stint with the Astros was terrible. We know that. But when you're barreling balls up at 108 miles an hour 6 times and you only have 1 hit, you chalk it up to baseball. That's what it is. It's just baseball. This game is fucking terrible. It's terrible, beautiful, but that's what it is.
You can't change your approach too because everything is right. It's just you're not finding grass. I think his defense is going to play. Obviously, the obliques troublesome throughout the year, but hopefully it doesn't bark. But the approach was great. I mean, don't let the sliders away. We'll figure that out. But also, who had I don't know. Any of us had Jeremy Pena as the first home run.
No, I had
the 25 season.
No, I had Jake Myers as the first home run.
Of course.
Oh,
you
did.
Yeah.
Hey,
big Jake Myers.
Mr. Offense game 1, Jake Myers. People forget that.
Hey, good man. I hope if he does continue to, if he hits 250, what's our bet? No, never mind. Did we have a bet? I can't remember.
You want to do
one right now?
You want to do a Perry's? You want to do a
Yeah,
Perry's?
we can do a pork chop. Let's bet again. Let's do it.
What do you
What's
want?
the bet? Gosh,
all right, we've been batting average or OPS?
What do we do for Abreu? Abreu's was OPS, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was.
What do you want to do, Des? You want to do OPS?
Let's do OPS. I'll rock with OPS.
I'm a big
Are we
stat.
doing to what date are we setting till when? Not the whole season, right?
No, not the whole season. No, it's got to be
We're not doing full season.
Yeah, but so we got.
No, this takes too long. We should do one
too long.
just like a month.
His OPS right now is 571 after the weekend. His highest OPS in his career was 761, but he was that was in 2021 when he was with the big league club for a short stint. He only had 146 at bats. In 2023, his OPS was 678. That was a full season. Last year, full season,
646.
646.
He's projected Fangraphs to have a 695 or 696 this year.
650. 650.
So we're talking. What you're saying? The line is 650 OPS 650. by the end of April.
Hold on. No, that's too close. That's only a month.
You scared, bro?
I need time on my side. I'm the one giving up odds.
What do you mean odds? You're a massive Jake Myers fan. Come on,
I am, but I'm still a math guy. Let's go.
Or do you want to do just home run, like a counting stat, like home runs or something?
No. Oh.
The most home runs he's ever had was 13. That was
I just want this to be a bet that pays off sooner.
How about this? We let the people decide. We let the people decide the arbitrary number on OPS, and we let them choose the date. So in the comments, we let people know like that they set the standard. Well, I'll take Jake whatever it is north.
You're gonna take whatever they say in the comments. You want to do that? They can say some bullshit.
And let's do a month.
A month? Shit.
Come on, bro.
Let's go middle May. All
right. Let me look at the schedule.
Look at the schedule, Josh.
All right.
Des, Josh.
Middle of May. Okay, so they finish a home series against KC on the 14th of May.
All right, book it. 650.
And then they go to Texas for a series after that. So right after that.
Okay, how about May 17th? And then if whatever it is, that Friday oh no, that's April. Hold on.
Friday's the 16th. May 16th.
Okay, May 15th. May 15th.
That's an off day, right?
No, they're playing the Rangers.
Oh, they start that series?
All right, whatever it is after May 15th. Because then we'll go to Perry's that Friday for Perry State.
Right.
Or Perry's
May 15th. Thursday, May 15th against the Rangers. Jake Myers needs to have an OPS over 650.
Yeah.
If he has an OPS under 650, Des buys Brian Perry's. If he has an OPS over 650, Brian buys Des Perry's. Handshake. There we go.
Yeah.
That's a tough bet, Des.
That's a tough bet, dude. You gave me terrible odds, dude. That was terrible odds.
Hey, he could have All it takes is a hot month.
Call me freaking USA, dude. I'm just handing out pork chops. Oh, I don't feel good about. I felt great about the Abreu one last year. This one, I'm just.
Oh, no,
this
dude.
one does not feel
I mean,
good.
I don't think you should take yourself. Apparently, you don't have a good eye for it because the Abreu one went bad.
Dude, the Abreu one was nowhere close.
Hey, you ought to run the clip back of me and him making that Abreu bet, and then link it into this new bet, and then link it into what you said.
Yeah, I'll
a
find it.
very good eye for it.
Oh man, this is
You'll be
not
all right.
good.
You'll be all right. Don't worry.
Hey, you know what was good? Jose Altuve still hits the damn baseball. 5 for 11 on the opening weekend. 455, 955 OPS.
I was a little worried that first day too because he looked bad on some strikeouts, but then he ended up 2 for 4, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he can find barrels.
Who did you say?
Altuve.
Oh, Altuve. Okay, sorry. I was clicking over to my notes to talk about how stupid Astros Twitter is, but yeah, Jose Altuve, he's still swinging it, man.
We can get into that.
Where were you when it finally got you? Like, were we inning 1, inning 6?
Dude, the game was over.
Two?
The game was over, and I was laying in bed last night. They had already won, and I was watching the March Madness games. And like, I try really hard to have patience with our Astros Twitter community on Twitter, who was created by Michael Schwab, by the way. He brags about it too. Just saying, I like Michael. I do. I really do like Michael Schwab. He's one of our guys. But the Astros Twitter community has one of collectively, and I hate saying it, they have a select few, or probably more than a select few, that have the lowest IQ of all time on any planet in the world.
On any planet.
On anything. This dude last night, literally, it was at 9:30. 9:32 is when I tweeted it. He said, I told y'all signing Walker was a mistake.
It's been 3 games,
It's
man.
been 3 games, dude. And he's had 6 balls hit over 100 miles an hour. Here's one of the comments on there. He says, here we go. Some guy said, do we have a first base prospect coming up in the minors? He said, we had Will Wagner and Joey Loperfido. We have Zach DeZenzo. No disrespect to any of those guys. Joey Loperfido ain't winning a Gold Glove over at first base. Will Wagner ain't winning a Gold Glove over at first base. And Zach DeZenzo is playing outfield. That's why he played outfield this offseason down in he was either in Dominican Republic or Puerto Rico, wherever he was playing. They had him in the outfield because he's not playing first base. Can he play first base? Yes. Christian Walker, 2022, 2023, 2024, Gold Glove first baseman. And he hit like 30 bombs last year. He's going to be fine. It was, but it's not just that. Dude, I saw Astros Twitter community members talking about already moving on from Joe Espada. After 3 games in series, they just won.
Crazy.
What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Crazy.
What's wrong with y'all? Why? This is why we can't have nice things. I'm telling you, we as Astros fans get shit on enough as it is. Do you know how many times this past weekend that I saw on Twitter where people were talking about the Yankees' new design of their bats and how they compared it to the Astros? Oh, look, the Astros are going to have that next. The Astros are going to cheat more. The Astros are going to cheat this. They're going to cheat that. They're still cheaters. Like, we as Astros fans already get shit on enough around the league, which I guarantee you 95% of the people don't give a shit now as Astros fans. But tweets like that, dude, it's like, God damn, dude, we are so fucking low IQ as a fan base. Can we stop?
It's tough.
It is tough. It is tough. And I know that there's a lot of good people in that group. There's like 25,000 in that community on Twitter. Like, I know that a good majority of them are smart people. But holy fuck, man, that was one of the worst I've seen, dude.
You just got to have some wherewithal and some wherewithal. Like, some ability to trust in a process and not make season decisions on an opening series that they won. Like,
it's so bad in the sense of like, because I know it's very select few. None of those people like tune into this, so it's not them. But like, it's March. Like, what are we doing? Like,
we're 3 games in.
Do we operate like this? Like every single day with everything else, like there's no way. Like what are we doing? But Yeah, there's some takes. There's some takes that I'm just like,
yeah. You know what they need? They need some Zing Zang. You Zang, I Zing, whatever it is. Head over to get you ready to drink Zing Zang at your local grocery store. Josh has it right there. It's a proud sponsor of Beyond the Diamond and Apollo, HOU. So boom.
oh,
There
you
you
still
go.
got it, dude. You still got
You
it.
still got your fastball.
Backdrop?
Oh,
You like the backdrop?
yeah, I love it.
Yeah, who's that?
Who's that?
I don't know, man. I'm not there anymore. That's another thing. Like, people still tweet me as if I work for the radio station. I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
I'm
dude, you've been a little sassy, dude. I like it.
I'm in the corporate world now, boys. I'm
He's untethered.
Yeah, dude, you can let it fly, dude.
a peon, dude. I'm just a normal fucking. I'm actually
What?
What?
Not-
do what?
what? Thought this was a safe space. Not to say I was special, but like, I'm just a normal 9 to 5 guy now.
Just
Not
bring
on a
your
radio.
lunch pail to work, dude.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
It's
just-
all night, lunch pail, strap up your work boots, go to work, clock in at 9 and clock out at 5.
He puts his Lululemon joggers on like the rest of you.
Okay. All right. That was a good one.
We're so bad, dude. That was so good. I know we're pushing up time. I want to. So everyone watching, this is the new cadence. The Sunday shows are going to be Sunday night remote. They come out Monday.
It's great.
Middle week will be live, and then, or excuse me, middle week will be in the office. Friday live.
I can't be on the Friday show though. In case you guys didn't know that, there's a thing in the corporate world that you can't violate. Apparently.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna find
We'll
creative
figure
ways to get.
Have you ever had a fathead made of yourself, like a cutout? We'll figure it out. We'll
Figure it out, dude.
Dude, that shit would be so funny, man.
You thought AI was taking over, dude. Just wait till the Apollo AI takes over, dude. It's gonna win.
We're gonna have
Pulitzer, dude.
Brian on there, but the AI is like capitalized, and it's flipped.
It's gonna be so good.
Brain, we're gonna have Brain on the pod.
Yeah. We'll
I
have.
do want to talk about Lance. I do want to talk about Lance, but first, I can't get over Hunter Brown, Framber Valdez, and Spencer Arrighetti. Obviously, Framber went 7, didn't break a sweat. Spencer went 6, Hunter went 6. You're starting 3, going 19 innings on opening weekend. Huge.
19 innings, 3 earned runs, 16 Ks, 1.42 ERA.
Coming for you.
Jesus,
They're coming
it's
for
coming
you.
at you, dude.
They're coming for you.
I heard you.
There's your clip. There's your clip.
That's not a metaphor for anything.
Yeah, they're coming for you.
I
just think that, and I was online. I just kept saying I'm bullish, and the not even one time through the rotation, at least for the top 3, that plays, especially in October. Those 3 can win you a lot of games this year.
And then you still have Ronell.
Yeah,
And I think we'll see what Hayden gives you.
I think Ronell just has to be your Jose Urquidy light and just go out there, give you a solid anchor of 5 to 6 innings. Yeah, he'll give up some runs, but he's gonna punch out a few. And I think Hayden's kind of a wild card until Lance gets there. I know. And Josh has Lance's stats, but I think Hayden's gonna be a guy kind of like Spencer last year. Just hell or high water, he's gonna get his punch outs. He's gonna find a way to strike out a lot. Hopefully the whip is down, but I feel very comfortable. And it's not sexy, right? It's not your Garrett Cole, Max Fried. It's not the Samurai Team Japan. No, you got Framber Valdez on a contract year. You have a budding ace in Hunter Brown, who a year ago was debated about going up or down. It was still a question mark. Hunter Brown was still a legitimate question mark at March 30th, 2024. To now fast forward a year, he's a budding ace and the future of this rotation. And then you have Spencer Arrighetti and the makeup. And I'm not a back of the baseball card guy. I'm not. I'm very analytics. But you cannot teach moxie. You cannot teach this front end psycho-ness that you need from a starter. He's a JUCO bandit that went to Louisiana Lafayette to grind in the show. You can't teach that makeup.
There's mano a mano with Soto multiple times.
You can't teach that. Like that. This guy, if you've ever played any type of level, the JUCO guys are a different stratosphere. Those guys are weirdos, but they're so good at baseball.
Psychos.
And
JUCO
legitimately, he's your number 3.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Like this guy's gonna be stacking up, and Cy Young votes. Cy Young votes.
Keep saying it. I mean,
Cy Young votes.
that first start. I mean, he could have gone out there for 7th as well.
Oh yeah,
based on his pitch count. If the Astros were up 4 or 5 runs, he probably would have gone out there for 7th.
I just
Psycho alert though.
Yeah,
Jose Siri. Jose Siri, psycho alert. What a send. I know people chirp Spencer on that. Dude, he made eye contact with them and threw it over. Made sure he got the out. And zero expectation except Jose Siri going.
No, yeah, that's just how Jose Siri has always played. Thank God he's still really bad at the plate. But that motherfucker, dude, he can fly, bro. Good God, man. He can cover some ground in the outfield, and he can run bags with literally the best of them. But come on, like, Eric Getty, little sense of urgency, son. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on,
I mean, even
then, it was still bang, bang.
But an extra, 2 miles an hour on his throw to first. He was probably out.
Or you know what?
You think the third base coach sent him?
No. That was
No, that's a
third base coach was like, "Hey, get the fuck back! What are you doing?"
That's a Jose Siri send, 100%, man.
By the time the third base coach got something out of his mouth, Siri was sliding. That's how quick it was.
Yeah, I just the way that Spencer Getty commands the mound and the confidence that he exudes on the mound, you would never guess that he's in his second year. That's what I love the most about him. The bulldog mentality that kid has. That's what I love about how he handles his business on the mound. I mean, he just grinds through hitters, man, and he just fills it up and throws bowling balls and adding the different arc and latitude, longitudes, vertical, horizontal, everything that we talked about in our preseason pod, adding all that to his arsenal. But the fact is that when that dude takes the mound, you damn well in his mind, he's the baddest motherfucker on the planet.
Yep.
No one's going to get him. No one's going to hit him. No one's going to touch him. That's what I really enjoy about watching Spencer Arrighetti pitch.
I think if you ask anyone in this fan base and anyone in the organization, Spencer Arrighetti's pitching a playoff game, must-win ball game, you'll be like, hell yeah, let's go. And that's all you want. That's all you want, right?
I don't know, man. You ever talk to anybody in Astros Twitter community?
Yeah, they're gonna hear them be like,
they may trade him. They may trade him.
They would trade him.
They may trade him.
He'll have one start where he gives up 3 runs and 5 innings.
If you ask anyone with wherewithal in the city, and you ask anyone in the organization, if Spencer Arrighetti's starting a playoff game, you'd be like, hell yeah, let's go.
Fuck yeah. You'd say, fuck yeah, let's go, man. Let's go.
It's fucking unfortunate that he didn't get a chance last year to get that experience.
I know.
Yeah.
You know
what? He would have started game 3 probably.
One thing that really will bother me for a while is the fact that Yusei Kikuchi didn't get to pitch in a playoff game last year. Now, I don't want to go back to the past because it doesn't matter, but damn it, dude. Him and Arrighetti didn't get to start in the playoffs. Fuck, man. What are we doing?
Yeah, I agree.
Damn.
Well, Lance today threw 35 pitches in 2 innings. He looked good in the first inning. He struck out the side.
What do you hit, 95?
Pumping 95. The knuckle curve was spinning. I didn't get to see what it looked like in the second inning, but he gave up 2 hits and a walk and 2 runs, 35 pitches. Des keeps saying he thinks it's going to be another month. He might be right. It might be another at least 4 starts to kind of get it back up to speed.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't pitched in a real game since November of 2022 in the World Series, so it's going to take him a little bit, man. But if your pitching rotation at the big league level continues to pitch like this and gets into the 6th inning, 7th inning, there's really no point in rushing him back. I know you want to, and that's another question is I know he talked about it in spring training how he's working himself to be a starter. Is he just going to be placed right into the rotation and you're going to go 6-man rotation?
I think they're going to go 6-man.
I think they will. Yeah,
I would love a 6-man rotation. Just
the value of it was harder when you had a Verlander who's a Hall of Famer, he wants to pitch every 5th day. Yeah. Maybe you have that with Framber where he's still pitching every 5th day and everybody else is moving around. But I think the value you get from guys getting an extra day of rest throughout the season, the value in their health and everything, it's just it's a no-brainer to me.
No-brainer. I'm with you, man.
I also
love a 6-man rotation.
I think you guys nailed it because also there's a lot of days off in April. Every Thursday is pretty much a day off. Let me see. I'm pulling it up. In April, the 4th of April is a day off. The 10th, the Thursday, is a day off. The 17th is a day off. The 24th is a day off.
Yeah, they have every Thursday off for a month and a half almost.
Obviously, Lance won't be ready by then, but you can start getting those guys through it, and then when he emerges, now you can start. Okay, now, you're those guys are worked up enough over a month. When Lance shows up, you're kind of in that routine, and they're built up. They're not being like spun up to 6 innings. They're already throwing 6 innings multiple times.
Yeah.
So, it's almost like you don't want to rush Lance back, obviously, because you don't actually have to out of necessity because of the Luis injury. You got Hayden. And you don't have to rely on, knock on wood, some like the blue balls, the Gustos, or the Gordons right now.
Yeah.
You kind of have time on your side for the first time in a long time when it comes to bringing guys up and spinning them up. So, I hope they go 6 man. I agree with y'all. I hope they go 6 man.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too, man. I like that he hit 95. Velocity is obviously there. So we'll see how he feels physically tomorrow after throwing in a live game down at AAA. A couple more starts down there, maybe 4 starts, 5 starts, whatever the case is. Astros had a day off today, which I thought was weird.
Yeah, it was. I think it was a golf tournament. I think it was a golf tournament. They were trying to get.
Yeah, a lot of other teams had Sundays off this week too, though. Like it was a weird.
Yeah,
they really wanted to focus on starting it on the starting season on the Thursday, and if you didn't have a 4-game series, you ended up with the Sunday off because multiple teams have only Sunday off this entire season, I think.
Wow. You had a good sports weekend in the city. Shout out to those U of H Cougars moving on to the Final Four to take on Duke. Kelvin Sampson and that squad, man, they dominated Tennessee today. Dominated, dude, from the jump, bro. Good God, they looked really good. Duke's really good, man. What's that?
You have the SaberCats winning in the city.
Yep.
Yep. SaberCats
the Pros.
Rockets are playoff bound. They play the Suns tonight.
Bound.
Yep.
Dynamo Dash are playing Dynamo's playing as we speak. Dash played yesterday, and then Minwoo Lee won at the Texas Children Houston Open too. So all around, pretty much a sneaky good sports weekend in the city of Houston.
Yeah, it's pretty good weekend for the city, man. Let's we'll be on in a couple days, right, boys?
Yep.
Yeah.
So good weekend for the Astros. Take 2 out of 3 from the Mets. Just win series, man, and it'll get you into October. That's for sure.
You got the Giants coming up starting Monday.
Yep.
7 p.m. Tuesday, 7 p.m. Wednesday, 3-day game. Before
I think this will be a chance to really see how the Astros bats do against Giants. 4th, 5th starters. You got Hicks going tomorrow, which is going to be a
Clay Holmes
challenge. And then you have Logan Webb, and then you have Landon Rope.
Yeah, big Landon Rope guy. Sounds like a bull rider.
We gotta hang some crooked numbers this week.
Yeah, I think I feel like the season doesn't fully start until the first time you see back-to-back home runs or a good 8-2 victory, something like that. That's when I'll be ready.
And then you'll have Renell Blanco, Hayden Wesneski, and back to Fromber.
Yep.
So I like the way that pitching rotation is lined up. So we'll we'll see how it goes starting tomorrow on Monday. So I know we're coming up on time, Josh. If you want to get us out of here.
Yeah. Well, first shout out to our shirts we dropped.
Yeah, sell out.
Yeah, that's big.
We sold out of the limited shirt. We're working on batch 2 pre-orders. I mean, y'all are probably listening to this in the morning, Monday morning, at we're recording this Sunday night. Pull back the curtain. Pre-orders close at 1 p.m. Monday. So get your pre-orders in if you want to guarantee that you'll get the second batch, last batch, and then we're putting it in the vault. And then, but we also have the regular shirts are available year-round. They're on the site, paulohou.store.
Shout out to everyone buying those shirts. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint, March Madness going on. Obviously, baseball's coming back full swing. So head over to Big City Wings, 13 locations all around the city. Find one nearest you. Using Zang. Zing. Josh has it right behind his shoulder. The Bloody Mary mix, margarita mix, the michelada mix. They're our number one provider of all that. You go to Specs or HEB, get you some of that. I had some margarita mix this weekend at the golf course, so that was fire. And Kobe Stevens, KobeStevens.com. Head over to Kobe Stevens, get you some golf apparel, some Excellent outdoor apparel. They have a brand new women's apparel line, everything in between. Head to kobestevens.com, and we will be back midweek with a recording, and then obviously the Friday live show at noon.
All right. Thank you for watching and listening to Beyond the Diamond podcast. I'm Josh. That's Des and Brian. We will see you next time.
Peace.
Love you guys.
Let's